Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter numbers. The lessons we're going to cover today are compare and order rational numbers, absolute value and opposites, convert between decimals and fractions, number lines. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. So here I'm on grade 9 math. Compare and order rational numbers. Negative 3 by 10, you need to compare it to 0. So negative numbers are always less than the positive numbers. So negative 3 by 10 is less than 0, so less it is. Let's just start with the test questions. Put these numbers in order from greatest to least. So we need to write down these numbers in order from greatest to least. So negative 2 by 5, 2 and 16 over 32. So negative numbers are always less than the. So 2 is the greatest number because that is positive. Then we have 16 over 32. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 2, 16 over 32 and negative 2 over 5. Which sign makes the statement true? 3 by 60 and 9 by 20. 3 by 20. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 20, and we have 9 over 20. So they have exactly the same denominator. Just look at their numerators. So 1 is less than 9. That means 1 by 20 is less than 9 by 20, so less it is. Option number 2 is the correct option, less it is. 37 over 40 and 1 over 5. So 37 over 40 and 1 over 5. Obviously, 37 over 40 is greater than 1 by 5. Greater it is. Option number 1 is the correct option. Put these numbers in order from greatest to least. 8 by 25, 5, negative 8 over 40. So which is the correct option? That is option number 1 is the correct option. 5, 8 over 25, 18 over 40. Okay, the next one is negative 33 over 40 and negative 66 over 80. So which is the correct option? They both are exactly equal, so equal it is. The correct option is equal. Option number 2 is the correct option. Put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So which is the correct option? From least to greatest, right? Option number 1 is the option number 2 is the correct option. Negative 9 by 5 by 20, 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is absolute value and opposites. What is the opposite of 6? So the opposite of the number is exactly the same number with the opposite sign, right? So 6 is a positive number. So the negative number is negative 6. Let's just start with the test questions. What is the absolute value of negative 3.6? So absolute values are always the positive values, right? So the absolute value of negative 3.6 is 3.6. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the opposite of negative 6? So opposite of negative 6 is positive 6. Option number correct option. What is the absolute value of negative 6.8? So absolute value of negative 6.8 is 6.81 is the correct option. Positive it is. What is the opposite of negative 1? So opposite of negative 1 is positive 1. Option number 1 is the what is the opposite of 4? Opposite of 4 is negative 4. Option number 1 is the What is the absolute value of negative 3? That would be 3. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the absolute value of 1? Absolute value of 1 is 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. What is the opposite of 6? Opposite of 6 is negative 6. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the opposite of 10? Negative 10 it is. Option number 2 is the correct option. What is the opposite of 10? It would be negative 10. Okay, you can complete lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next. That is convert between decimals and fractions. Write -3 as a decimal number. So we need to write them down in the decimal form. So we need to make the denominator equal to 100. So 25 times 4 is 100. Let's just multiply the fraction by 4. So 3 times 25 is -75 and 25 times 4 is 100. So that would be 0.75. Let's just start with the test questions. Write -0.8 in simplest form. So let's just remove the decimal point first. So it would be -8 over 1 decimal place right after decimal. So it would be -8 over. Number 2 is the correct option. That is -8 over 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. That is -8 over 10. N- -4 by 5 it is. Write -9/10 as a decimal. So it would be -0.9, option number 10. Write 0.37 in simplest form. That is 37/100, option number. Write -1/5 as decimal number. So which is the correct option? That is -0.2, option number 2 is the. Okay, you can complete lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. So the next lesson is number lines. Let's just start with the lesson. Type the missing number. So which number is missing? That is -34. Let's just start with the test questions. So the missing number is -34. Option number 2 is the correction. Type the missing number. That is negative 90. Option number 2 is the correct option. Type the missing number. So the missing number is negative 2. Option number 2, correct option. The missing number is 70. Option number 1 is the correct. Type the missing number. That is negative 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. The missing number is negative. Option number 2 is the correct option. The missing number is negative 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. The missing number is negative 76. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, complete the lesson yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we were working on is numbers. The lessons we have covered today are compare and order rational number absolute value and let's convert between decimal and fractions and number lines. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did next session. So if you need more help with any of the lessons, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Right here, you can write them down in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So any questions you can please ask if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.